Hi, everybody. First of all, I heard somebody yesterday use the acronym IPM as invasive plant management. It's integrated pest management. Hands off our acronym, please. So there's three main objectives to the amendments. The first two pertain to how pesticides are used, specifically that they'll be used by people with knowledge and training and as part of an IPM process. Currently, licenses are required for using pesticides in public landscapes, public land, multi-residence properties which have 4 or more units. What is changing is that pesticide use in private landscapes will now require an authorization in the form of either certification for residents or licenses for commercial property owners. Both of these groups are going to have additional options. Specifically, they can hire a licensed company to do the work, or they can use an exempted product, which I'll get into in a minute. I want to highlight here, though, before I get into it, that these restrictions, these new amendments, only speak to managing landscapes for cosmetic purposes. So invasive plant control for the purposes of combating their spread is not restricted and does not require any new authorization on private land. So as I mentioned, there are certain pesticides that can be used without one of these licenses or certificates. The first group is referred to as Schedule 2, and that's our excluded pesticides. So this is an existing list of pesticides that are excluded from most of the requirements in the regulation, including the need for a license or certificate for sale or use. So please note there's a lot of misunderstanding about this list. It is not and has never been a safe list of pesticides. The second group of pesticides is this new Schedule 5. And so this new schedule was developed to provide an additional option to residents and commercial property managers that do not wish to obtain an authorization and don't want to hire a company. The list contains products that are generally considered safe for use by untrained people. So there's another set of exemptions for domestic class products containing glyphosate. These are for treating weeds growing through hard surfaces like cracks and pavement, plants poisonous to the touch, or to treat classified noxious or invasive plants for cosmetic reasons. Residents and property managers will require neither a certificate nor a license to use domestic glyphosate on their property for these purposes. These exemptions do not apply to public land, multi-residence properties, or service companies. There are two new categories of training requirements that are new in these amendments. The first training category pertains to the use of assistant applicators. So this new rule applies to all sectors, all authorization holders, not just landscaping. So this includes forestry, industrial veg, mosquito control, and invasive plant control. As you may be aware, certified applicators can supervise up to 4 uncertified assistants. There is now a requirement that these uncertified assistants receive training, demonstrate their knowledge in pesticide safety and environmental protection, and be trained and assessed annually. There will be a ministry-produced online course and exam coming soon, and it will be free of charge. So the RAC provides this additional option for landlords, residents and landlords with less than 4 units, and it allows them to use all domestic products as long as municipal bylaws allow it. The RAC will be obtained with a free online course, and it'll take about 2 hours to complete, and if the person passes the exam at the end, they get a 10-year certificate.